Since its premiere in 1997, Midsomer Murders has remained a fan favorite, blending cozy English charm with chilling mysteries. For over 2 decades, the series has introduced viewers to a revolving door of eccentric characters, unforgettable detectives, and a remarkably high crime rate for such a quiet county. As we step into 2025, 28 years since the first episode aired, many fans are asking, what happened to the original cast? Some actors went on to enjoy thriving careers, others chose quieter lives away from the screen, and a few have sadly passed on. Let's take a look at where they are now. Barry Jackson, born on March 29, 1938, portrayed Dr. George Bullard in Midsomer Murders starting in 1997 at the age of 59. Bullard's calm demeanor and sharp forensic insight made him a key figure in the series, but Jackson's personal life was far from peaceful. Known for his intense passion for his craft, Jackson often clashed with directors and co-stars, leading to a series of career setbacks. By the late 80s, his fiery temper had earned him a reputation for being difficult to work with, and he was often relegated to minor roles. His personal life was marked by failed marriages, accusations of emotional abuse, and a tumultuous relationship with his children. Jackson's struggle with alcoholism deepened after his brother's suicide, leading to his retreat from the public eye in his later years. On December 5, 2013, at the age of 75, Jackson passed away from cancer, his legacy forever intertwined with his personal demons. Timothy Bateson, born April 3, 1926, portrayed James Jocelyn in Midsomer Murders starting in 1998 at age 72. While his eccentric portrayal of Jocelyn brought depth to the series, Bateson's personal life was riddled with shadows. A man of few words, he often kept his emotions buried, but those close to him knew of his deep grief after the suicide of his daughter, a tragedy that he never fully recovered from. His career, though steady, was plagued by tensions with younger actors, as his conservative views and reluctance to adapt to changing industry norms created rifts within the cast. Bateson's troubled marriage also made headlines, with rumors of infidelity and emotional neglect. His retreat from public life in the late 90s was seen as an attempt to escape the media spotlight, but it left many wondering about the actor's inner turmoil. Bateson passed away on September 15, 2009, at age 83, his legacy overshadowed by personal loss and professional isolation. Tony Haygarth, born February 4, 1945, played George Napier in Midsomer Murders starting in 2001 at age 56. Haygarth's character exuded reliability, but off-screen, his life was anything but stable. His short temper often led to clashes on set, causing him to be difficult to work with and, at times, alienating colleagues. His career hit a stumbling block in the early 90s when a public breakdown forced him into a hiatus. Despite this, his personal life was filled with turmoil, including a bitter divorce, accusations of infidelity, and a gambling addiction that spiraled out of control, leading to significant financial difficulties. Haygarth also struggled with bipolar disorder, which he later admitted publicly, but it only added to his personal and professional challenges. He passed away on March 10, 2017, at age 72 after battling Alzheimer's disease, leaving behind a complicated legacy marked by both triumphs and private struggles. Ronald Pickup, born June 7, 1940, portrayed Ernest Balliol in Midsomer Murders starting in 2003 at age 63. Pickup's elegant and intellectual portrayal of Balliol was a stark contrast to his own turbulent off-screen life. Behind his calm, composed exterior, Pickup grappled with numerous personal struggles. His private battles with depression and alcohol were often kept under wraps, but those close to him knew how deeply they affected his relationships and career. A highly publicized affair with a younger actress in the 90s threatened his marriage, and despite his reputation for professionalism, there were whispers of him being difficult to work with. In his later years, Pickup's career slowed due to his increasing reclusiveness, and he distanced himself from the public. He passed away on February 24, 2021, at age 80, after a long battle with illness. Though regarded as a talented actor, his personal life remains as complex and hidden as the characters he portrayed. Una Stubs, born on May 1, 1937, portrayed Audrey Brailsford in Midsomer Murders starting in 1998 at the age of 61. Her character was warm, charming, and endearing, yet her real life was far more tumultuous. A beloved figure in British television, Stubs faced a series of personal challenges, including 2 highly publicized divorces. Her second marriage, to actor Nicky Henson, ended bitterly after years of infidelities and emotional instability. Her son, Joe, struggled with addiction, leading to a strained relationship between them that never healed before her passing. Despite her comedic roles, Stubs' later years were marked by bitterness and regret over the industry's treatment of her. She was frequently passed over for roles in favor of younger actresses, leading to bouts of resentment that she rarely spoke about. While she was known for being gracious and humble on screen, colleagues revealed that Stubs often used passive-aggressive tactics to manipulate situations behind the scenes. Una passed away on August 12, 2021, at age 84. Helen Gwyn, born on March 21, 1957, portrayed Jennifer Carter in Midsomer Murders starting in 2004 at the age of 47. Her character was assertive, outspoken, and sometimes controversial, a reflection of Gwyn's real-life persona. Known for her work in both television and theater, she gained attention for her sharp wit and strong on-screen presence, but her career was overshadowed by rumors of difficulties on set. Reports surfaced of Gwyn clashing with directors and fellow actors, leading to a reputation for being difficult to work with. Her personal life mirrored this tumult, with a failed marriage and numerous tumultuous relationships. She was often the subject of tabloid rumors, including speculation about an affair with a married producer during a particularly intense production. Despite her talent, she struggled with alcohol issues, which led to her stepping away from the limelight for years. In 2018, an assistant accused her of verbal abuse, which she denied, but the claim only added to her complicated legacy. Helen passed away on October 20, 2023, at the age of 66. Elizabeth Spriggs, born on September 18, 1929, played Iris Rainbird in Midsomer Murders starting in 1997 at age 68. Spriggs' on-screen eccentricity was mirrored by her dramatic off-screen life, which was marked by betrayal, divorce, and public conflict. Her first marriage ended painfully when her husband left her for a younger woman, leaving Spriggs devastated and emotionally scarred. This heartbreak led her to develop a harsh and controlling persona, which made her a difficult actress to work with. She married twice more, with her third marriage, to actor Murray Manson, marred by infidelities and long periods of separation. While Spriggs was beloved for her eccentric roles, she was known to have harsh words for younger actors and was often accused of belittling them. In the late 1990s, her career suffered a sharp decline, with many in the industry attributing it to her increasingly difficult nature. Elizabeth's personal life was further clouded by financial difficulties and a sense of failure, despite her vast theatrical achievements. She passed away on July 2, 2008, at the age of 78. Richard Johnson, born on July 30, 1927, played James Fitzroy in Midsomer Murders starting in 1999 at age 72. With a long career in film and theater, Johnson was known for his commanding presence, both on screen and off. However, his career was marked by his often abrasive personality and feuds with directors and co-stars. Johnson's personal life was similarly stormy, with multiple marriages that ended in scandalous divorces. His first marriage to actress Kim Novak was particularly tumultuous, and he was involved in several public legal battles over child support and custody. Despite his strong screen presence, Johnson was often described as difficult to work with, and his reputation for temperamental behavior cost him opportunities later in his career. He was also known for his financial struggles, including accusations of mismanaging his wealth. Richard's later years were marked by a desire for redemption, but his complex past always seemed to overshadow his efforts. He died on June 5, 2015, at age 87, after a lifetime filled with both professional triumphs and personal misfortunes. Anna Massie, born on August 11, 1937, portrayed Brenda Packard in Midsomer Murders starting in 1998 at age 61. Massie's career was defined by roles that demanded a certain vulnerability, but her real-life struggles were far from those characters. Her first marriage to a prominent filmmaker ended when he came out as gay, leaving her emotionally devastated and thrust into the public spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Massie battled depression and anorexia, which took a toll on both her career and personal relationships. She was known for her reclusive nature and admitted in interviews that she often felt disconnected from her peers. Despite a successful career in both television and film, Massie found it difficult to remain in the public eye, fearing rejection and failure. Her later years were filled with personal sadness, particularly as her health declined. In 2010, she was diagnosed with lung cancer, a battle she fought privately. Anna Massie passed away on July 2, 2011, at 73, leaving behind a career full of understated brilliance, but a personal life defined by pain and isolation. John Nettles, born on October 11, 1943, took on the role of DCI Tom Barnaby in 1997 at the age of 54. His portrayal of the calm, analytical detective anchored the show for over a decade, establishing a fan-favorite character known for his methodical brilliance and sharp wit. While his career flourished with Midsomer Murders and earlier success in Bergerac, Nettles was not without controversy. His loyalty to the show during its diversity scandal in 2011 raised eyebrows, as he publicly supported the then-producer's controversial views before walking them back under pressure. His private life was also rocky. His divorce from casting director Joyce Middleton was described as tense, and rumors circulated about his strained relationships with cast members due to his reputation for being controlling on set. Nettles reportedly clashed with producers over creative direction and was known for his temper behind the scenes. As of 2025, he is 81 years old and lives a quiet life in Devon, having retreated from acting entirely. Neil Dudgeon, born January 2, 1961, joined Midsomer Murders in 2011 at the age of 50, portraying DCI John Barnaby, the quieter but equally sharp cousin of Tom. Taking over from John Nettles was a risky move, and Dudgeon admitted to feeling overshadowed in his early seasons. While maintaining a squeaky clean public image, whispers emerged of creative disputes with the writing team, particularly over attempts to modernize the series. Dudgeon, known for his stubborn streak, allegedly pushed back against diverse casting and storyline shifts, frustrating producers. His off-screen life has been less public, but insiders speak of a long marriage that has been strained by his obsession with work. His wife, BBC producer Mary Pete, reportedly moved out briefly during a low point in their relationship. Despite the polished exterior, those close to him describe a man weighed down by perfectionism and a quiet bitterness at being labeled the lesser Barnaby. In 2025, he is 64 and remains active in the role. Jane Wyark, born October 31, 1952, began playing Joyce Barnaby in 1997 at age 45, embodying the cheerful, supportive wife whose domestic bliss often clashed with Midsommer's endless death toll. Her character brought levity, but Wymark's own life has been marked by loss and personal struggles. The sudden death of her father, actor Patrick Wymark, left a deep emotional scar, and her relationship with fame has always been ambivalent. She quietly battled depression for years, avoiding the spotlight whenever possible and becoming known for her disdain for celebrity culture. On set, she was often viewed as reclusive and difficult to approach, which led to rumors of tension with both crew and co-stars. Though she stayed on the show for many seasons, she distanced herself from the franchise after leaving, refusing interviews and public appearances. In 2025, she is 72 and lives privately, reportedly estranged from parts of her extended family. Fiona Dolman, born January 30, 1970, began playing Sarah Barnaby in 2011 at the age of 41, taking on the role of the warm and modern wife to DCI John Barnaby. On screen she embodied grace and empathy, but Dolman's personal life has been far more turbulent. Her 13-year marriage ended in 2011, shortly before she discovered she was pregnant following a brief affair with a younger man. Already coping with fertility struggles and past miscarriages, the pregnancy came as a shock. Dolman chose to raise her daughter alone, which strained her career and led to emotional and financial challenges. She was also quietly battling anxiety during her early years on the show, and insiders say she often needed breaks between filming to manage panic attacks. Though she has remained on the series, she rarely participates in press or social events, fueling rumors of a deep disillusionment with the entertainment industry. Now 55 in 2025, Dolman lives in semi-seclusion with her daughter. Jason Hughes, born December 18, 1971, stepped into the role of D.S. Ben Jones in 2005 at age 34, portraying the loyal, hard-working sergeant often seen as the show's moral anchor. While beloved by fans, Hughes's experience on set was marked by escalating personal turmoil. The long hours and demanding production schedule led to severe burnout, and he developed stress-related health issues, including chronic insomnia and migraines. His marriage reportedly suffered as he was absent from home for long periods, leading to frequent arguments and near separation. Hughes became known among crew members for his mood swings and occasional outbursts, prompting on-set tensions. After abruptly leaving the show in 2013, he retreated from the public eye, later admitting to having been close to a breakdown. Though he has worked intermittently since, he never returned to a role of similar prominence. Now 53, he leads a quieter life in Wales, focusing on wellness and recovery. Nick Hendris, born on March 19, 1985, took on the role of D.S. Jamie Winter in 2016 at the age of 31. Winter is characterized by his sharp intellect and unwavering dedication to solving crimes in the idyllic yet deadly Midsomer countryside. Hendrix's portrayal brought a fresh dynamic to the series, balancing youthful energy with a deep sense of duty. Beyond Midsomer, Hendrix's career includes appearances in The Crown, Marcella, and Call the Midwife, showcasing his versatility. However, his sudden rise to fame wasn't without challenges. Married to actress Jessica Ellerby, 15 years his senior, their relationship has occasionally attracted media scrutiny due to the age difference. Additionally, Hendrix faced backlash from UK fans when episodes aired in the US before the UK, leading to tensions and debates about broadcasting rights. Despite these hurdles, Hendrix is 40 now and remains a prominent figure in British television, continuing to captivate audiences with his performances. Laura Howard, born August 1977, was cast as Cully Barnaby in 1997 at the age of 20, playing the bright, independent daughter of Tom and Joyce. Her youthful presence added balance to the show's older cast, but her time on Midsomer Murders was short-lived. Behind her charming exterior, Howard reportedly struggled with body image issues and anxiety, especially under the pressure of early fame. She clashed with producers over the direction of her character and was rumored to have stormed off set more than once. Disillusioned with television, she left the series and shifted toward fringe theater, but her career never regained the same momentum. In her personal life, she kept her romantic relationships private, but a brief engagement to a fellow actor ended abruptly, sparking speculation about infidelity and betrayal. By 2025, now 47, she remains out of the spotlight, reportedly living in rural England and working part-time in drama education, far removed from her TV fame. Daniel Casey was born on October 1, 1972, and was just 25 years old when he began playing Detective Sergeant Gavin Troy in the very first episode of Midsomer Murders in 1997. Troy, known for his blunt manner, casual sexism, and occasional naivety, served as Tom Barnaby's original sidekick and was often used for comic relief. Casey appeared in over 30 episodes before leaving the series in 2003, a departure believed to be motivated by his desire to avoid being typecast. After Midsomer, he took on various television roles including stints in EastEnders, Doctors, Coronation Street, and Emmerdale. Off-screen, Daniel has led a relatively quiet personal life, married to Ellie Casey since 2005, and together they have 2 sons. Though rumors once circulated about creative differences with producers, nothing concrete was ever confirmed, and he has occasionally spoken fondly about his time on the show. As of 2025, he is 52 and continues to act in UK television dramas and remains closely associated with his early role as Troy. Kirsty Dillon was born in January 1976 and began her role as WPC Gail Stevens in 2007 at the age of 31. Her character, a competent and compassionate policewoman, worked alongside DCI Barnaby and was notable for being one of the few strong recurring female officers in the show. Dillon's personal life, however, has been marked by deep trauma. Her father, a former Royal Navy gunner, went missing in 1980 after suffering from undiagnosed PTSD, leaving her family with no closure. As a result, Dillon battled anorexia, bulimia, OCD, and PTSD throughout her teenage years and early adulthood. In recent years, she has become an outspoken mental health advocate, sharing her story publicly to help others. She has also worked closely with veterans charities, particularly those supporting families of missing service members. While she has acted in other series such as Holby City and Casualty, she is most widely recognized for her role in Midsomer Murders at 46 and her courageous activism off-screen. Annette Badland was born on August 26, 1950, and joined Midsomer Murders in 2018 as Dr. Fleur Perkins at the age of 68. Fleur, a no-nonsense pathologist with a sardonic wit, quickly became a standout character for fans who appreciated her dry humor and straight-talking nature. Badland is a veteran actress of stage, screen, and radio, with a career spanning over 5 decades. She is also known for roles in Doctor Who, Bergerac, Outlander, and EastEnders, where she played the villainous Babe Smith. In interviews, she has spoken openly about the challenges older actresses face in the industry, especially around typecasting and age discrimination. Though not involved in any major scandals, she is known for her blunt interviews and advocacy for stronger roles for women over 60. Despite any obstacles, now at 74, Badland remains active in the performing arts and is widely respected for her contributions to British entertainment. Maninder Verk, born in June 1975, joined Midsomer Murders as Dr. Cam Carrymore in 2016 at the age of 41. Her character was sharp, analytical, and a rare breath of diversity in a series long criticized for its lack of inclusivity. Off-screen, Verk faced resistance not only from conservative fanbases but allegedly even from some cast and crew, with accounts of tension on set and complaints about her modernizing the tone. A talented filmmaker in her own right, her directing career stalled after the release of a critically panned indie drama, which coincided with a painful separation from her husband, leaving her to raise their child alone. Rumors persist of professional jealousy and blacklisting within elite circles of British television. Despite her poised image, Verk has admitted to battling anxiety and depression following multiple career setbacks. Now 50, she continues to work sporadically while quietly advocating for mental health and racial equity in an industry that has often turned its back on her. Tamsin Malison was born in May 1, 1974 and joined Midsomer Murders in 2011 as Dr. Kate Wilding, taking over as the show's resident pathologist at the age of 37. Wilding was introduced as a cool, clinical, and modern forensic expert who brought a scientific precision to the show's investigations. Malison, who trained at the Central School of Speech and Drama, previously appeared in Teachers, Bodies, and Poirot, and is known for her versatility and understated style. She is in a long-term relationship with actor and musician Keith Allen, father of pop star Lily Allen, and the couple has a daughter together. The unconventional nature of their relationship and Allen's outspoken public persona have occasionally drawn media attention, but Malison has largely stayed out of the spotlight. She stepped back from high-profile television roles in recent years to focus on family and theater, though she remains active in the industry through writing in smaller projects at 51 in 2025. John Hopkins, born in 1975, played Sergeant Dan Scott in Midsomer Murders starting in 2004 when he was 29. His character was a skeptical, city slicker detective with little patience for the eerie calm and twisted crimes of rural Midsomer. Though charming on-screen, Hopkins left the show after only 14 episodes, with whispers circulating about behind-the-scenes clashes and a refusal to conform to the series' rigid structure. Despite a promising start at the Royal Shakespeare Company, his screen career sputtered, some say due to a volatile temperament and rumored breakdown during a failed U.S. audition. While Hopkins avoids interviews, reports suggest he struggled with isolation and substance use in the mid-2010s, exacerbated by romantic relationships that soured under public pressure. A string of career misfires followed, including a dropped pilot and a conflict with a high-profile director. In 2025, now 50, Hopkins lives in relative obscurity, far from the spotlight that once promised so much. Gwilym Lee was born on November 24, 1983, and appeared as D.S. Charlie Nelson in Midsomer Murders from 2013 to 2016, starting at the age of 30. Nelson was introduced as a calm, intelligent, and quietly confident detective, complementing the older and more methodical DCI Barnaby. Lee's tenure on the show was relatively brief, but well received by fans, with his departure coinciding with his rising international profile. In 2018, he gained widespread recognition for playing Queen guitarist Brian May in the Oscar-winning film Bohemian Rhapsody. Lee has also starred in series like Jamestown, Top End Wedding, and The Great. Despite his growing fame, he has kept his personal life private, rarely appearing in tabloids or giving interviews about romantic relationships. He once shared that he has a passion for baking and skateboarding, though he gave up the latter due to repeated injuries. As of 2025, Lee is 41 and remains active in both British and international film projects, balancing dramatic roles with lighter, comedic ones. Sam Hazeldine, born on March 29, 1972, portrayed Simon Dixon in Midsomer Murders starting in 2007 when he was 35. His role, though brief, carried an intense emotional weight that mirrored his off-screen struggles. The son of actor James Hazeldine, Sam inherited both talent and torment, grappling with the pressure of living in his father's shadow, particularly after James' sudden death in 2002. Early career momentum gave way to erratic choices, including a role in a violent indie film that was pulled from festivals due to its disturbing content. A reported breakdown during filming of a 2010 thriller led to cancelled contracts and therapy. His love life has been stormy, with a public breakup involving allegations of infidelity and manipulation. Sam's refusal to engage with social media has fueled a reputation for being difficult, and some producers have quietly blacklisted him. Now 53, he works mostly in voice acting and fringe theater, often wrestling with the ghosts of potential unfulfilled. Toby Jones, born on September 7, 1966, appeared in Midsomer Murders as Dan Peterson in 1999 at the age of 33. Revered for his uncanny ability to morph into any character, Jones's brilliance was often matched by an intensity that made him intimidating on set. While critics hailed his performance in infamous and Tinker Tailor's Soldier Spy, industry insiders tell a different story, of an actor prone to mood swings and cryptic silences. For years, he avoided mainstream press, reportedly due to a deep-seated fear of being misquoted. His personal life, though quieter, has been marked by eccentric habits and an aversion to modern conveniences. He once claimed to live without a mobile phone for nearly a decade. Marriage came late, after a relationship filled with periods of separation and emotional turmoil. At 58, he remains an enigma, celebrated, awarded, but often regarded as too intense and emotionally elusive for traditional Hollywood success. Who is your favorite character from Midsomer Murders? How do you feel knowing that some of the actors have passed away? Don't hesitate to leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this content, please remember to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss future videos. Thank you so much.